going on, everybody? Eastern Shore Yu-Gi-Oh! Here with another undefeated locals deck profile. We took this week a combination of last week's Kashtira's undefeated profile, and we mixed it together with another XYZ deck, and we came up with the Kashtira Goblin Bikers. The deck did really well. We played against Vanadium round one. Took that 2-1. Very good game. Round two, we played against Makonko, which the guy had lava golem glued to his hand like crazy, but we were still able to power through after he wiped our board multiple times with it. And then round three, we played against Voiceless Voice with the branded package. So starting off the profile, we have 3 copies of Goblin Biker Doug Charger. This is one of the starters for the deck. When this card is normal or special summoned, you can search for a Goblin Biker spell or trap, or no, just pure spell. Also, it can be special summoned from the hand if you detach an XYZ material from anywhere on the field. It can be your card, your opponent's card. So it's really nice if you're playing against like another XYZ deck. You just take their materials so they can't even activate their stuff. If they need, like 2 materials to detach, you take one of them away. They're kind of out of luck there. Next, we played one of the other bikers. We got Boom Mock, Merciless, and Sploder. Boom Mock, which is the one right here. During the main phase, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can quick effect detach a material and summon it. Found out during my round 3 opponent, he ghost spelled it. He realized that it's not a once per turn, so immediately after ghost spell resolved, I could just activate it again and bring it out to the field. So that was fun. Merciless. When this card is normal or special summon, you can special a goblin from hand. So if you have multiple goblins in hand, you can normal this and then get another one out to get your rank 3 plays going. And then Sploder is a monster reborn from the graveyard for your goblins. And then also, if it's in the graveyard during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can detach a material from XYZ on the field and bring it out during your opponent's turn. So that was it for the Goblin monsters. Up next, we have the Kashtira monsters. We played 3 copies of Fenrir. Not much to say about this card. We went over it in our other deck profiles, so I'm kind of going to go through these relatively quickly. And we played just 2 Unicorn, 2 Rise Hearts, 1 Ogre, and 1 Scareclaw. This engine also really performed on locals. After doing your Goblin plays, I just made my Kashtira board on top of it. So ending with Shang, Flare Metal, and then the other XYZs we'll go over later. And then other rank 3 or level 3 extenders and things. We play 3 copies of Tour Guide. We played the Speedboy package. I played 2 Terratops and 1 Takatom board. There was a little confliction with this. It never came up, but I do understand what some people were talking about. I was talking with one guy who did a profile as well about playing this package that can conflict with your normal summon if you don't have a way to special summon it. Thankfully, that never came up, and I did enjoy playing this package, and I'm probably going to keep it in here. Then we got some hand traps. I played 3 Ash, 2 Nibiru, and 3 Infinite Impermanence. The deck space is kind of tight. We're playing 43 cards, so there wasn't enough room for more hand traps, but these were more than enough to get me through the event. And then for spells, I play 3 copies of Race Off, 2 copies of Birth, and 2 copies of Theosis. And then for the one Kashtira trap card, we played with Ogre. We played Prep. And then for the Goblin spells, we played 2 copies of Goblin Biker Grand Entrance. It's the Rhoda for the deck, lets you search for a Goblin monster. And then if there's an Xyz monster on the field of materials, you can, if you want to, special summon that search by detaching a material, or you just keep it in your hand. But then it's got a graveyard effect. If you can banish it from the graveyard to add a Goblin monster from your graveyard back to hand, so it's a good also for follow-up. And then I played 1 copy of the Goblin Biker Grand Bash. This boosts all your Goblin monsters by 300. And it stacks, so if I played more than one of this, it would stack on top of it. but it also lets me get an additional normal summon of a Goblin monster. And then I can also target 2 level 3 goblins, for example, and make them both level 6 because it adds their combined levels together. And I could do some rank 6 plays if I chose to. And then for the one-ofs, 1 terraforming, 1 called by, and 1 full armored XCs, which goes with the XCs package in the extra deck. I can just activate this during my opponent's turn, go into an XCs monster, and then I can banish this from the graveyard, target a XYZ on the field, equip it with an XYZ from the graveyard, boosting its attack, and the first time that card would be destroyed, I can banish, the equip would go away instead of the monster. So it's a nice way to make big beat sticks that a lot of opponents aren't able to beat over, and we'll go into those in the extra deck. For the extra deck, we played 2 copies of Goblin Biker Big Gabunga. Absolutely love this card. It's a searches for a goblin monster on summon, and then anytime a monster has an XYZ materials detached, it can target 1 monster your opponent controls and attach it as material. So absolutely goated card. I loved it. Came in clutch a lot. For the other rank 3s, I played 1 Ashura King, 1 Gossip Shadow, and 1 number 49 Fortune Tune for time and to make Zeus with. Ashura King is another way to just OTK your opponent, on top of it having a negate by detaching a material, target a monster, and negate its effects. Gossip Shadow to play through Nib, or if I get shifted, or I side shifter, so there's a way to just kind of play around that. And then, like I said, Fortune Tune for time because it gains 500 life points. And then for the cash extra deck, I played 1 Shang, 1 Flare Metal, and 1 Big Eye. Not much to say about these. I was normally ending on boards with these 2, Big Gabunga, and the next monster you guys are getting ready to see. The armored package, we played 1 Armored Torpedo, 1 Fortress, and 1 copy of the Night Lancer. I would have this guy up to like 7,000 attack with a combination of the equip from the trap card and the Kashtira field spell. My opponents really struggled with having to beat over this, and then being able to just snatch steal from my opponent when it gets the monster equipped to it, and then having Gabunga also stealing things. I would end on boards that had 3 snatch steals, which was really nice. And then I played the Utopic Draco package, extra monster negate because we make a lot of the same level ranks. It's generically a good card with these kinds of decks. And then we played Typhon and Zeus because this is an XYZ deck. We make XYZs, we swing, we make things to clear boards and make sure my opponents can't play. For the side deck, again, this is more towards local, so these will constantly be changing, but we played everybody's favorite card. We played 3 copies of D-Shifter. This is also, like I said, a cash deck, so they play extremely well under this. We played 2 Ghost Spell. We play against decks, a lot of decks that like to bring out from the graveyard, so Ghost Spell is just an overall good card. You know, Snake Eyes, Fire Kings is still running rampant at our locals, so. And then we have Voiceless Voice also going rampant at locals. We got a couple people playing that as well, so we played the Bestial package in the side. Actually came up in my round 1 match against Vanadium. Was able to help me win the game. Drew was wearing Go Burr. And then generic back row hate, I played 3 copies of Cosmic. And then my favorite trap card of the format right now, played 3 copies of Summon Limit. Won me round 1, and it won me round 3. But overall, the deck did very well, very goated deck. I really enjoyed playing it. I will be playing it more often now. But with that, thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.